Ladies and gentlemen, OCB Pro Bodybuilder Mina Bina.
Yay!
Hey, how you guys doing? That was like my intro for my guest here, Mina Bina. I'm here with Nicole Strauss, OCB figure pro, and yeah, we're gonna talk with Mina Bina on how she got started bodybuilding. How you doing?
I am well. Hello. Super happy to be here. Of course, with Figure Pro royalty as well from OCB, and happy to be
That's
here.
how
It's
we
a good
do.
day
I was good.
today. It's
Yeah,
the beginning of a work week, so it's about to be stressful. I just started prep, so a whole nother thing, but I'm doing good so far.
yeah.
What show are you prepping for?
Hopefully, Apex in September.
Okay.
Okay,
So I have a long way to go.
yeah,
Nice, long, slow prep.
I like
okay,
the slow preps. I think
yeah.
slow preps are
Um,
better. Yeah.
yeah, I seen your interview with All the Rage George Page. It was a good interview. Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you.
was that your first interview?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah,
very
yeah. You
first.
guys had a good discussion, and you're located in North Carolina.
Correct.
Yeah. How was that? How was like the OCB in North Carolina?
They actually do have a good amount of shows. The Yorton Cup is here, right in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
backyard. They have some shows. They have some shows in Greensboro, South Carolina. There's some shows in Wilmington. They just had the Gained in Glory, I believe it was called, in Wilmington. So there's still quite a few shows here in North Carolina. I wish figure was a little more popular here in North Carolina. I see some of that up in like Virginia, and other states, but I don't see a lot here in North Carolina.
Okay.
What you think? Why you think it's not popular? I'm not just throwing the question in.
That's a great question. I don't know yet. I've done some research. I've looked through. I mean, I search. When I tell you I search
Yeah.
for figure pros for other figure competitors, I look on YouTube. I found some on Instagram, but not a lot of representation as far as social media. I feel like if we were brought a little bit more to the mainstream, it would be a little bit more widespread. And I feel like with Fitspos, I'm gonna call them Fitspos, fitness influencers, um, they come as far as their physique, they're a little bit more representing the bikini and
Hmm.
fit model kind of physiques. And so that's kind of what's popular. I feel like ladies with muscle, unless you're from a specific era where you like that big, bubbly ladies with muscle, we're kind of just stuck in the middle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny because from like especially like the enhanced bodybuilders, like the women bodybuilders, they don't have enough shows. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and that's yeah. And then the funny part is, it's like over the weekend, like all the Ray George Page, he posted this thing about can bodybuilding, like women's bodybuilding, have like something about sexuality.
Hmm.
Can
Yeah. I saw that one.
sexuality drives the what the I'm sorry. I can't,
It's like
but can
sex.
it
Is that?
attract people?
Yeah.
Can the
Yeah.
sexual appeal of bodybuilding
Hmm. They would
attract
have to.
the average person?
Yeah.
And
They would have to. Yeah.
the women's body, the like most of the women bodybuilders, like in the chat, they just freaked out. They was like, this is a ridiculous idea. How can this happen? Stuff like that. And it's just a discussion. And they was just acting up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
That's a good
yeah,
discussion. I mean, that's a good discussion. And I didn't find that offensive at all. I just feel like it is what it is. Like this is how this is. I feel like women are judged by the way we look, and like in order for us to like get any real attention, we have to be like super sexualized. We have to look sexy, or we have to give some type of like it's kind of like a stripper. How a stripper like sells
yeah.
the idea that we're gonna have sex at the end of the night. It's like you're selling the dream. Like, okay, do I look sexy enough? Do I look sexual? You know?
I mean,
At the end of the day, we are physiques and we are bodies.
yeah,
That's what bodybuilding is.
yeah,
And for a lot of, especially for our enhanced women, our bigger, our bubblier bodybuilding and physique women,
Mhm.
there is a huge um, area of both just admiration and fetish for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, that's a large part of why
Mhm.
that women's bodybuilding is so large. Of course, as women, we're fans too, right? We know how hard it is to build, how difficult it is to build muscle. So we know looking at someone like that, like an
Yeah.
Andrea or a Yo, like
Mhm.
you had to bust every single vein in your body to be able to build that. Like you've
Mhm.
had blood, sweat, tears, all of that. So there's admiration, there's fetish. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
it's a physique and it's a body. So yes, it's a major point, a major part of why bodybuilding is so popular.
well,
Absolutely.
they received that too. I was going back and forth with somebody, and they was like, well, what they said, they said something about you know, I gotta look at my phone, but you know,
Mm,
a lot of them, they had a lot to say about it. And then the crazy thing is, like, to majority of the times, you know, they're not gonna be, you know, in the panel like that. You know,
Mhm.
like some of them, they probably busy or whatever. They
Mhm.
just doing all this chatting, and you know, they not really trying to understand like where I would say George or anybody else is coming
Mhm.
from. So they
mm,
just feel like, you know, it's a sport, and you know, because um Caitlin Clark, you know, she don't have to be sexual or anything like that. Or
Mhm.
what's that girl named Simone Biles? She ain't sexual, and
Mhm.
they attractive. Well, Caitlin Clark is so, but you know, she
Yeah.
ain't too bad. She okay. You know, I mean, Angel Reese, you know, she does this. She I would say she uses her sexuality, and then
she does.
she be acting up a little bit too when guys
Uh-huh.
get moved on her. Guys get moved about her, you know,
Yeah.
being kind of showcase her sexuality. Like, look at
Mhm.
Shaq. You know, Shaq was telling her a certain point is what she can do, like to
Mhm.
grab the attention of the other, like to the average people, but she didn't
Yeah.
want to accept it. So, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
To get upset is one thing, but I appreciate what you're saying about having your own voice and speaking out. If you're um a woman of, a certain physique category and you feel as if you want your category and or division to be seen in a certain light, then have those conversations, get on live and have those conversations to advocate for your division, for things that you want to see or changed in your division. There's plenty of women who would rather not be sexualized at all in bodybuilding. There's some women who appreciate their womanhood and who appreciate being seen in that light. It really just depends on you. Um, to be upset at a question is interesting, I'll say that. But to more so have just an opinion and to have a discussion is different. If that's what you want, then you should advocate for how you see your division and what you want to see in your division.
you know, we could check it out right now before see look at George's stuff right now. You don't mind, right?
Oh
Just
no,
for a quick second. I don't
No,
know. Did you
I
see
think like
his
bodybuilding is
page?
very sexy. Yeah, I saw that post that he did.
Yeah,
I didn't see a
yeah.
recent
So this
one.
is what
No.
he did.
Uh,
He said
Okay.
all of what can be said to save women's bodybuilder. Maybe there is nothing that can be done. Yet, like any sport or business, there needs to be more promoting some of the amazing standouts with looks and sex appeal. Often I hear how some competitors desire not wanting to go up to women bodybuilding because it's considered less appealing. There are several women in the division that people pay more attention to. These individuals could possibly change the downward path women bodybuilding is facing. If anyone really wants to give their thoughts on this subject, join us on Muscle Talk, such and such. And so this is the comment, Anesthesia Rider. Is that what the men's bodybuilding division does? That makes it so popular? And then, George was like, you Anesthesia Rider, you are welcome to come and give your point of view live. Even women in the UFC and BKFC are sponsored by OnlyFans. Men get more attention because MMA as men's sport. And then she's like, okay, and no thanks, it'll be at a local posing seminar talking to new athletes to the sport at the time. Then Vicky why completely agree. If it were true that sex appeal draws mainstream coverage and recognition into the sport, then Isabel Nunes or other top wellness and bikini athletes would be the biggest names in bodybuilding. But I guarantee that the casual fan observer of fitness could only name Seaborn. They was acting out. This. I don't want to read the whole thing because it ain't really so much of them. It's about you, But yeah, that's what I was talking about. They was acting up and all that stuff. So yeah, but we could talk about that later on. But like, how did you get into the sport of bodybuilding?
That's a good question. Long story short is just I wanted to see a change in my physique. I have been, lifting weights for a few years, really inconsistent. I went to the gym every day, but I didn't train consistently. I didn't have a consistent regimen or a consistent split of any sort. And then I started watching YouTube, especially during the pandemic, started watching a lot of YouTube. And I came across a lot of Fitspos. I hope they're not offended by that name, but Fitspos, fitness influencers. I came across a lot of those ladies. And I thought that they looked good. Some of them built muscle and they, would show their workouts, but I feel like I wanted more. And I came across John Meadows' Mountain Dog YouTube channel. And the way he explained training, and he had some really muscular ladies on there. And I just kind of was in awe at how much muscle these ladies were building, how he was super scientific about the body mechanics and the way you moved and some of his tips. And as I continued to watch, I didn't really want to start getting into bodybuilding until I learned that there was natural bodybuilding. Like I was following Ariel Kadir and like Misty Truscott and some of the, enhanced athletes, Andrea Shaw, of course. But until I learned that there was natural bodybuilding, then I was like, oh, wow. So you can do this, not have to take steroids and potentially completely reshape yourself. And I also wasn't doing the best with nutrition. I would lift heavily, but nutrition was not consistent with me. I've been on every diet you could think of. And so I was coming to my mid-30s and I was like, you know what? Just do it. Just find a coach and do it. And so I went on Instagram, found a coach who was also an OCB judge. So I had a lot of experience with the federation and just decided to do it. This was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So how was the journey so far, like with the prep and just dieting and all that stuff? How your coach and training you or
she's actually in Alabama. I'm in North Carolina, so we don't get to see each other often. It is through online, but I'm already pretty well versed with training, so that was helpful. I love every second of it. People ask me all the time, why do you do this? At first, I didn't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I love it, but I think it's because it's a new challenge. It's changed the way I look at food, the way I think of nutrition, my physique, of course, my body, my health. Just it's changed everything. The way I deal with challenge or opposition, my patience. Lord, because us East Coasters, we a little little impatient.
Yeah, I got you.
Your time is very
I
valuable.
got you there.
Yeah.
So it's changed just the way I look at a lot of different things. And I'm so grateful for the experience. My coach is excellent. She's also a figure pro. She's been in OCB for years. She was also a judge, well, still is also a judge. And so I get a lot of just mentorship from her. The whole staff, to get fit, the whole team. They're all just very open with their information, and this journey has just been amazing. I've been able to help people along the way with, how to eat, how to track your food, why it's important to know what you eat and how much you eat. Just amazing stuff.
Okay, Nicole, you got something to ask or tell or anything like
Oh,
that?
yeah, I was saying that I really do love the online coaching. It's super convenient because my coach is actually from the UK. And so she's like in a whole nother country, and she came to the United States to see me compete in my show last year. So
Yeah.
like I say, online coaching is like, I think that's like the way it's easier. I think it's better if you like you said, you know how to train, you're already well versed, so you don't need somebody to just really babysit you every step of the way. So
Yep.
but yeah, I love the online training too. Like I've been with her for 5 years, and it's like I don't ever want to lose her ever. Like she's really good. She helps me with nutrition. She helps me she helped me with because no, food can get very emotional too. So she helped me. She helped me to have a healthy relationship with food because I had a very unhealthy relationship with food for a while. So like I said, same thing. I started seeing food differently. Life is just different. Like my time is very, very valuable because I train at like 4:15, 4:30ish in the morning.
Mm.
My time is very valuable, so that's another thing too. Like as a bodybuilder, your time is it's like you don't have time. Like I really don't have time. I gotta train. I still got life to live. You got a family. I got work, so your time just becomes very valuable. So it's
You say no a lot. You find that you say no a lot. No, I can't. No, I can't. I love that you said that. Every second, I just had to say no to someone's Hall of Fame for she's graduated from Dillard University. I can't. I have an event here. I have an event here. I have to live in between some time. Your
Yeah.
time is so valuable because you have to check all the boxes and fit everything in. Like my Sundays, I'm 6 hours of like meal prep for the whole week. Every single thing that I'm eating is prep.
Is it hard? I mean, is it hard for you to deal with friends? Because I know sometimes, well, not sometimes. A lot of times, I hear the stories about how friends they get jealous or feel a certain, when someone does bodybuilding, So, what's your experience on that?
I would say the crazy thing is now that we're in North Carolina, we don't really have friends here close by. Everyone is far away anyway. But for the most part, because of that, there's not a lot of events that we miss because we're so far away. When we do have to miss events, they do understand. And as far as jealousy, no, I would say that they're very supportive. They're very inspired, especially by how my husband looks. My husband was probably 260, 275. He's now, his prep weight, like his stage weight was like 160 something.
Wow.
So they see us and they're like, wow, you all did a whole 180, and you went from here to here, and now you look insane. We see you prepping on Instagram. We see you doing well, just healthy, living great lives. So for that, they are definitely inspired by. We really don't feel the jealousy. What I would say is there are some things they don't understand as far as how we're so consistent and why we eat the exact same things. Are you done with your diet yet? Can you eat what you want to now? So we get more of those kind of questions, like not realizing that this is forever, like a lifestyle, not just I'm eating like this sometimes and here. I mean, can you come out with us, or are you still on your little diet? Like, nah, this is not a diet. I eat like this. So it's sometimes hard to explain and for them to understand, because especially depending on demographic, the way we grew up eating is just not the way we eat now. Not in our household. You know, the food that we eat, the way that we eat, it's just not familiar to them.
Yeah, it's different because like just trying to understand the sport, it's like another language, like learning Chinese or something like that. And then, certain things, certain terms like muscle bellies and all this other stuff. And I remember like what somebody had told me about diuretics, and I didn't know what it was. And I think at the time I was interviewing a lot of people, but I didn't even know what that was. And so they was kind of like explaining that to me. So I mean, where I'm getting at, it's a different world for people to kind of understand, and just even like it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and just to kind of fathom like how disciplined you guys can be. So that because I work out I work out, but not like not at child level, So yeah, I had a fitness trainer not too long ago, but it ain't work out. And like that, like what I do like meditation exercises and stuff like that, and people not really into that. So that's another story to it. Yeah, but we got all the raised George Page. How you doing, man?
George.
Hey, George.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was it like in front of everybody, like on stage, the very first time you was competing?
I told my coach, like, I have no idea why it felt right, but like when I walked on stage, like I wasn't nervous at all. Because for me, the fun was the prep, was the lead up to the show. So once I got to the show and I walked out there, it was just like I was supposed to be there. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. It was almost quiet. Like I heard the judge, I could barely see. So it was just like almost like I was in the dark in my garage with one person just calling out quarter turns. Like it was just so, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was, I was not nervous at all, at all. It was like I was supposed to be there. I think also the expediter was amazing. Todd, if you ever get Todd as an expediter, he is A1. And he actually was for my first 2 shows, expediter. And then the ladies backstage, of course, like just someone helped me with my necklace. I tied someone's shoes. I let someone use my bands to pump up. Like all the lead up to getting on that stage was just so amazing that once I got there, it was just like, oh, here we are, supposed to be here.
Yeah, I think backstage, like a whole nother backstage, is like so much camaraderie backstage. Like backstage, like that, like the OCB show I was at, like the female athletes, like we really bonded with each other. Most of us, you had some that were kind of like just to themselves, but everybody has their process. Maybe some of them were nervous or, they just didn't feel comfortable talking to anyone. But like for the most part, like we really bonded. Like you said, people were helping each other. Like I was hysterical because I didn't hear them call figure, and I need to get oiled up. I was like, oh my god, you gotta oil me up, and then I had to pump up. I didn't pump, and then the band I was pumping, like the band like fell off my foot and like hit me in the face.
What an experience!
It was hysterical. I was like, oh my god! But everybody was cool. I was like, don't worry, we got you.
You was nervous?
I was nervous because remember that's last year was the first show I did in 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was just like because I went out. The first time we went out, you saw it. The first time we went, I think it was 40 and up. Was the first time we went out. So 3 of us went up. But after I did that, then I felt good. So I was a little, I think because it was, I didn't hear them call figures, so I was like rushing. I didn't want to miss, my chance to compete. So I think I was just a little nervous and started behind that, and I wasn't really pumped, and the band hit me in my face or whatever. So, but I think after they called 40. But after they called 40, after the first time I went on stage, I was good. I was like, okay, I'm good. I just had to get used to it again. So.
Yeah. What was the stage like for you, Mina? Like with the competitors, were they like 3 competitors at the same time on stage?
My first show, I want to say that. Let me see. Matter of fact, where's the picture? I had it somewhere. The first show, I want to say there was 4 ladies.
Mm.
Second show, 5 ladies. And I got lucky because we went to a show and saw a show prior and it was like 3 figure girls. So I would not have gotten, I think they change it? I would not have gotten my pro card. One of the shows we saw prior, which is another whole nother topic and whole nother issue. But yeah, 4 the first show, 5 the second show. And then I won my pro card in 35 and up first show, open the second show.
Okay. Yes. So George says the diet is the big part of the process. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of like being disciplined and cutting certain foods and stuff. You got any I think you said like oatmeal is your favorite food. Like, wow. But we gotta talk about that. Like you don't like what that just oatmeal?
So I think he asked me, George was like, so what was your first meal you wanted after the show? And for me, like, I just love a big ass bowl of oats. Like I could just eat a big bowl of oats or a big bowl of grits. Like I just, you don't even have to chew. You could just like, just stuff with it. Yes. I eat oats every day for lunch. Oats, blueberries, peanut protein powder. Yes. But it's just, it's just comforting.
You don't mix it up like they got the flavored well, I don't know if that's good or not, but they they got the flavor like strawberry or all these different flavors. Yeah.
Plain oats, but I do mix protein powder in it. I don't, and that's the thing. If anyone is out there listening, I can't tell how many people are in here, but if you want to be consistent, find things that you love. Yeah. And then you won't necessarily get too tired of it. I mean, I change up the type of protein powder, but nonetheless, it is oats every single day with blueberries every single day. I just change up the protein flavor. So yeah, I'm getting different flavors every day, but it's the same thing. And another thing is my body loves everything that I eat. I digest so well. I'm always moving. My body is appreciating everything that I'm putting in it. So once you're able to feel that coming from maybe not eating so clean and kind of having digestive issues into having like really amazing digestion, it kind of changes the way that you look at the food for real.
Yeah. I mean, if I do eat oatmeal, like it'd be like once or twice. Like after a while, I just get tired of eating that.
You're done.
So, yeah, that's. I mean, like
every day.
Yeah.
Like my first 2 meals has oatmeal in it. Like
listen,
breakfast. I used to just I used to like to make the oatmeal, and I used to put the blueberries in it. But I was noticing that like the blueberries they spoil so quickly, so I started buying them frozen. So now I buy the frozen blueberries. I mix frozen blueberries, oatmeal, and protein powder, and some peanut butter. That's breakfast. Water, a little water, and I blend it, and that's breakfast. I drink it. I love it every morning.
Well, at least you're being creative. But just me eating plain oatmeal, like something gotta give. Something gotta give. I gotta be creative or something like that. Yeah. So I get it. Yeah.
The fact that we eat the same thing is hilarious. It's bodybuilder food.
It is.
Yeah.
Whole food. Yep.
Digest easily. It feels good. I don't know. Just like you just feel good after you eat it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna take y'all word for it, because I'm not gonna lie. My eating habits. I could get addicted to sugar at times. My thing is, like with ice cream, like I get like the fruit balls and stuff. That's my I get that. Like the like in the fridge, and I'll eat like 5 like fruit balls in one night. I'm telling you, because I don't know. I guess it's the sugar, and so and then it's cool, and and it tastes good, and I just be going at it until like nearly the box is finished, because like they got this mango type flavor, and I just be destroying it. And the watermelon, forget about it. Like if it's really hot, I'm gonna destroy that whole box, and I'm gonna get another one, and be like the same thing to a point where you gotta switch up on the flavors and stuff. Sometimes I'll get coconut and stuff. Yeah, that can be a real addictive to me because I guess because of the sugar. They do got like no sugar added, and it's still. And the funny part is, it's the same thing. So that's crazy. Yeah.
It sounds like you need a creamy. Nicole, do you have a creamy?
What's that?
A Ninja creamy?
Yeah, my son. My son, for my birthday last year, my son bought me.
What is that?
The blender.
Ninja creamy.
The blender.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It allows you to like freeze. You can do fruit too. You can do your own. You can buy frozen fruit and make your own. Like,
yeah.
Kind of what you're making. It's not gonna be in a bar, but it's gonna be at least like a sherbet of some sort.
No, I don't make it. It's from the supermarket.
No, with the Ninja Creamy, you could make your own. You can buy your own frozen fruit, and then you can make your own like sherbet. But creamies is the best way to get in protein. I thought it was. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was dumb. I was like, why would you buy one appliance for one thing? And the moment we bought it, we used it every day for like the last year. So it is absolutely worth it.
A Ninja Creamy?
Ninja Creamy.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Prep, it's the best prep pack. All you really need is you can use a pre-mixed protein or you can do protein powder and almond milk with minimal ingredients on prep and make ice cream every single day.
Oh, thank you. Because I'll be in prep in the summer. Yes, that's perfect.
Necessary.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Wade says, I can eat a box of Little Debbie donut sticks in a day.
Those are dangerous. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, he was on the live and he was trying to do this testing thing too. Like, but it was like potato chips or something like that, but it was like low in sodium type of thing. So yeah, because like there's some YouTube I see it on Instagram too. Like there's this comedian, he do like this food tasting thing. There's people that do food tasting and stuff like that. Yeah, so
yeah, you gotta be careful of those snack cakes, boy. They will get you in trouble, and you can't just eat one.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, like I'm kind of the same way, but I try to like be like, nah, enough is enough, because that sugar do tempt you at times, because sometimes I be like I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm starting to go. Before I wasn't even going there too much, and then I don't know if I'm coming from work and it's like I gotta have a donut. I gotta have a Dunkin' Donut.
That sugar in the brain, boy. Woo.
Yeah. It just do. It tempts me. Like I don't know what it is. Like do like sugar? Do like certain sugars tempt you, or you past that?
No, and I was just.
We are human. We are still human. I tell you. For me, it's chocolate chip cookies. Like, I can't get enough. Oh, Lord, that's my weakness. I can't get enough.
For me, it's not sugar. It's the right. It's like the chocolate or the rich stuff. Something that's rich. I don't like a lot of sugar, but okay. My husband will go to Whole Foods, and they have that. If you've been to Whole Foods, they have a case of just straight pastries. And they have this square of coffee cake that is just. I yell at him every time he brings it in the house because like it's almost impossible for me to not eat. Like it is the butteriest. The coffee cake is beyond. So for me, it's more like cake or something rich, like too much nut butter or something like that. But for the most part, we don't have a lot of stuff in the house because we know ourselves, and just one wrong move and the whole day is gone.
A suicide mission, huh?
Right off the cliff. Just
What
head
category does
first.
what category does your husband compete in bodybuilding?
Classic physique.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, recently, Nicole was there. I went to the show in Atlantic City, the Double Down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. Yeah. They had the men classic. I mean, well, the men's
Mm-hmm.
physique. The guys in the shorts,
Yeah.
the men physiques.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm still trying to
yeah.
get that. Yeah, yeah. They
Yep.
had like I think like guys like in their 50s and
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm.
competing and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So
That's the
yeah,
beautiful thing about OCB is you'll see
Yeah.
ages from young. They have
Yeah.
a teen category all
Yeah.
the
yeah,
way up to people in their 70s. That's
Yeah.
the
yeah.
biggest. I think that was one of the biggest draws to me from for the OCB was like literally anybody could compete. Yes, you want to be competitive, but now everyone for the most part has the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think bodybuilding in general, even other federations, they don't discriminate against age. I really think they do encourage every age category to compete. Because if somebody was like 60 and up and they're only competitive, they would let them compete.
mm,
So, but yeah, I love that. And what I love about OCB, well, the first time I went to see an OCB show, they was like super supportive of the athletes. It was like everybody's a winner, and like in the compliments they would throw out on stage, like there was one guy, he was like, I think he was doing classic physique, and he was like he's almost 60, but he was like really lean.
mm.
He had a really nice physique, and they were like, I was like, are you really 55? Let's see some ID, stuff like that. But stuff like that will actually make you feel good when you're on stage, right? So they
For
always
sure.
like, I like how they give the athletes props. And they encourage them. Everybody's a winner in OCB. So I think they feel like they treat the athletes very well. That's why I was so drawn by OCB.
Mm. So
For sure.
Yeah.
George got a question. So ladies, could you be convinced to join the IFBB and NPC?
I would do.
Oh.
I was thinking about doing NPC naturals, but only thing I don't like about NPC naturals, and I was talking to somebody about this too. They're not completely natural.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that they can't use, but you've seen the OCB list of things that they test for, and you look at the NPC naturals list, it's a considerably shorter.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like OCB is like this, and NPC's list is like this. Like nah. So nah.
Like
That's a good
what's your
question.
I mean, I would consider it. I would consider it, but I wanna. I had to be like. My physique would have to really look a certain way, and for me to build that physique, it's gonna take a very, very long time. Like I'm still building. I still got some. I think I still have some good muscle to build, but I don't know. Until I feel like if I'm ready, or if it gets to that point where I can build like a good amount of muscle, then I would consider it. But it takes years to build muscle. Like it's even as a natural athlete. So I was talking to my chiropractor, and he does like he does a sports medicine. Like he was saying that it takes natural athletes to build muscle. They can build about 7 pounds of muscle per year. But if you're enhanced, you can build 35 pounds of muscle in 1 year.
Mm.
So yeah, there's a difference. So
Like,
Mm,
what
mm,
was
mm, mm.
what was your experience like on when you was taking the drug test?
no.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yeah,
Well, first the polygraph. The polygraph was super easy. Of course, she
yeah,
asked you about drugs and
Mhm.
in particular meth and cocaine. I was like, lady, what? Wow. Okay. And that was easy. Now the drug test, they don't play. So as soon as you win your pro card,
yeah.
they keep eyes on you. They do not play. Do not move from the spot that you are at. As soon as you get backstage, don't move.
Yeah.
Mm,
And they have someone make sure that they are with you and walk you to the restroom with your little cup, pee in your cup, and then you hand it over to the promoter. The promoter was the one who worked with me directly for the South
mm,
Carolina Classic, and they make sure that they walk you to the restroom. They take your little cap. You fill out the information. It was a long wait for the actual pro card. Like I was waiting for maybe 6 to 8 weeks for it. It took forever,
mm,
Yes.
both times.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
But it's just a crazy experience because you're dehydrated, you're excited, but you're tired, but you're hungry, but you're excited, but you're ready to go, but you're excited to get your pro card stuff going. So it was just a crazy experience.
Yeah, I couldn't pee. I remember like when she maybe like as soon as I walked up there, she goes like come on, let's. She went like this, come on, let's go. She goes, put your trophies down, put everything to the side. Like, come on, let's go. We got we gotta go to the bathroom. Yo,
Yep.
she stood right in front of me. I'm like, yo, I can't I was like, I can't pee if you're standing right in front of me.
Yeah.
It took like 5 minutes to pee. I couldn't pee.
And she still stood there?
She stood right in front of me. She was like,
wow.
you know what? The suit, you can't just take the bottom off. Once you take you're taking the whole suit off.
The
whole suit. So I'm like naked. And she's like, all right. I was like, I can't pee. She goes, I'll wait. Like, I got up there. I'll wait. And you dehydrated, because you dry out to look as lean as possible. So I had no pee in me. My pee was like, it was hard.
Did you drink water? Did you try to drink water?
What I did sometimes I just ran the water. I was like, I turned the faucet on. That might kind of like help me get the right. That helped a little bit. Eventually, I was able to pee, but it took a while, and it didn't help that she was standing in front of me. Like she saw all my business. I was like, okay, can you just turn around? Like she's like, nope.
That's what people don't realize about bodybuilding. Is like you have, I hope you have no shame because your everything is on display at a lot. When you're in your check-ins for your coach every week, when you're getting tanned, all out. There's probably other ladies in there, again, that experience when you have to, take your pee for pro card, there is no dignity. Okay. You are just out in the open at all times. So if you are a bodybuilder or you want to bodybuild and that's not something, if you're really, really, shy, bless your heart. Cause,
what make you go through all this? Like wanna do all this discomfort and people watching you take a pee and like what makes you want to do that?
I actually don't like that part.
I'm just keeping it real.
Number one, I'm a whole mess. But really though, I just think at the end of the day, when I think about things that I've accomplished, it's so gratifying to feel like I'm able to go through any challenge that's put in front of me. It continues to show me that I'm capable. And at the same time, it continues to also inspire some of my nieces, my nephews, some of the younger generation that look at not maybe necessarily bodybuilding, but the drive and the consistency and things like that. It makes a world of difference for myself. Even in my marriage and relationship, like we prep at the same time, which I know some people are like, why would you even try that? But to be able to adjust yourself to maybe he's having a prep day, maybe I'm having a preppy day, but to still be able to communicate effectively and run a whole household, you just continue to learn so much. And I just appreciate the lessons that I'm learning. Mm-hmm. And I have no shame. I don't care. So
I ain't mad at you.
I feel like it sets us apart from the rest. Like it makes us unique. Like who the hell wants to do a bodybuilding show? Who the hell wants to put their body or just put yourself through all that trauma, just to compete? Like no one understands. But to me, it's just like, all right, I'm different. I've always been the type to go against the grain. Like I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to do something different. What can I do that no one else would dare do, or would they not follow through with? And it's like bodybuilding. Why not?
I mean, it do have its positive, there's people have told me that, they would be in jail if they weren't bodybuilding and stuff. A young lady had told me that. So, the stuff that you people go through, like the sacrifices, because the average person don't really know, like, how did you get there? They just look at the physique. And, one thing about the OCB, I noticed that, they have like regular people that come and see the shows, like on, I went to the New York Pro last year, and they don't really have like I don't see too many people that regular people like that. It's mostly bodybuilders or people, muscular people like that. So I mean, I think what like at one moment, I did see regular people, but not like that. Like it was just majority of the times it was just bodybuilders I seen. I ain't gonna lie, I was checking the women out. It was nice, but it was like a planet of muscular people mostly.
Where was the New York Pro Show?
It's in New Jersey. I forgot where, like T-Neck or something. Don't quote me on it. It's somewhere in New Jersey. It was like in a hotel, and I had to go. Okay. Just same thing like this recent one I went. But yeah.
I went to the New York Pro Show. I think it was in 2019. I want to say it was in White Plains, New York. And the thing I didn't, because they have different locations for the New York Pro Show. So the thing I didn't like about the New York Pro Show was like
T-Neck. I'm sorry, Nicole.
No, that's okay. The one that I went to was in White Plains. This was back in 2019. And what I didn't like about it was that I went to the bathroom, and the competitors were getting ready in the bathroom, like the female competitors. I'm like, why are you in the bathroom getting ready for the show? You should have your own, you know what I'm saying? You should have your own space.
Yeah.
Backstage where you can get ready to go on stage. So now you're dealing with, so you shouldn't have to deal with like the regular crowd. My thumbs up. I just saw a thumb up. You shouldn't have to deal with the regular crowd. You should be able to have your own space where the athletes can, get your makeup, hair done, stretch or get pumped up, last touches on your makeup. But why are you in the bathroom, like the bathroom that anyone from the show can use? And you guys, this is where you guys are getting ready. I didn't like that. I feel like the athletes should have their own space. It's like it's some of them were like that was their pro debut, so it's probably just nerve-wracking enough. It's your pro debut, and then you don't even get your own space to go on like before you go on stage. You don't have like your own, I call it like a safe space. You don't have your own safe space to go prepare, get your mind right or whatever before you go on stage. Like they put you in the bathroom. I didn't like that. So I don't know how it was in T-Neck, but that's how it was at that venue at in 2019 for the New York Pro Show. I was like, come on, this is like the New York Pro Show. Like, I didn't like that. So,
like,
it's a prestigious show, like the Pittsburgh Pro.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh Pro was like that too. Pittsburgh Pro was like that too. The athletes were getting ready.
No, I'm saying the New York Pro is like the Pittsburgh Pro. It's really prestigious. So you would think like the Arnold, Pittsburgh, New York, that they would have a really, really good setup for the athletes.
Yeah. Well, this is back in 2019. I'm sure they said if it wasn't T-Neck, New Jersey, I'm sure they had the space for them was better. But that I didn't understand that at all. I didn't like that. Like, are you serious?
Oh, it said White Plains, New York.
Yeah, it was in White Plains. This was like back in 2019. So that was a while ago. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Mina, would you want to? Have you ever been like a spectator of a show?
Yes, I did see the 2023 Yorton Cup. I've never seen an NPC or IFBB show. I know the Charlotte Cup is here. Tickets for that were like a little high. I was in prep at the time, and I was like, nah. But I've also, what show was that we just went to? Went to Florida's it's a really big pro-am show, OCB, in Florida. I don't remember the name of the show. But what I will say is there's only one OCB show that I've been to that was not organized well. For the most part, they're always organized well. They always have enough space backstage. My first show did not. We all sweated through our tans. It was a South Carolina Classic in July in South Carolina. So it was hot as you know what. There was no fan backstage. It was a hallway. It wasn't backstage. It was a hallway. You know how high schools have like a hallway on the way to the stage? It was a hallway. No bathroom in that hallway. You had to leave the hallway to go to the bathroom amongst
Yeah.
these spectators. So for the most part, OCB does a really great job at that. Really great job. First show wasn't the best, and then the tanning was in a whole other building of the college, so you had to leave the building, go outside in the heat
Mm.
with your, with your pajamas on, and then go get tanned, and then come back and do your best not to sweat. So I couldn't imagine doing that to this day. I make sure to check who the promoters are now. I know to look at the venues, look at the tanning folks, look at who's doing the makeup, because that will change your entire experience.
Would you want to be? Would you want to be like a promoter, in the future?
That's a good question. I think so, yes. Once I go to more shows, experience more shows as a competitor, I think I'll be able to get a good gauge of what competitors really appreciate. Um, and I know it's also expensive to put on a show, so of course it would have to make sense. But more importantly, just making sure that the athletes feel comfortable, feel confident, they have a good time, they want to come back and do my show. I think that'll take a lot of experience with mentorship from a few different promoters. I know my coach now, their team is looking to put on some shows next year, maybe the end of this year, next year. So as I get a little bit more idea of what it takes to put on a show, then yeah, I'll probably look into it a little bit more.
Do you think the OCB, do they care for the athletes? In your opinion?
I think they do. I think they treat the athletes very well.
Okay,
compared to NPC. I think they treat the athletes very well. Like I said, that's the reason why, because I was gonna do an NPC show, but then when I went to the OCB Big Apple in 2023, I was like, nah. And it was in Brooklyn. Like, definitely. Like, this is my. It's like, this is where, as my coach would say, it OCB aligns better with my goals and my lifestyle. So, because I was gonna do an NPC show, I was gonna do it naturally. I wasn't gonna do none of that stuff. But I was like, I know I'm taking a chance, but I'll just do the best I can. But OCB is like, it's all natural. I was like, okay, so that levels the playing field right there. I'm competing with other athletes that are all natural, so I don't have to worry about, is the athlete standing next to me, she enhanced, or I don't have to worry about stuff like that with OCB. So.
Yeah. I think they really do a great job at trying to make sure that we're comfortable when we're there. They try to make accommodations for, hotels, making sure that we have hotels that are close to the venues if they're not actually at the venue. If you look at the OCB official page on Instagram, right, they try to educate us. They try to let us know what OCB is looking for as in regard to the division and to posing. They promote a lot of posing clinics around the U.S. to make sure that we're practicing. One thing I wish the OCB, I know OCB's been around for a very long time. I just wish that.
How long you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I don't know. I know some of these promoters have been competing for like 30 years. So OCB's been around for, 20, 30 years maybe. Wow. They say the history of it during every intro to the show. I should probably pay more attention.
But say what you say.
But no, it's okay. But I wish that they were heavily promoted, especially through YouTube. YouTube seems to be the platform of choice for a lot of us, right? We watch a lot of YouTube, and I feel like if the OCB's YouTube page was a little bit more interactive. I know they just put out a new series, which is great, but we want to see like more shows, want to see more interviews with competitors, just a lot more marketing, really, just to be honest, marketing for OCB and for some of the competitors and divisions. That way it'll grow. I see what IFBB is doing, trying to add some of these natural shows and trying to bring over these natural competitors. And like, if we could just have something for ourselves that's almost as big, or that's, bigger in a different way, that would be really, really awesome for us. Financially, of course, right? But just in general.
I see these two competitors, they do like a podcast together. these men competitors. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I know it's Jamal, and I forgot the other name. Is it Eric?
Yeah, I've been following them a little bit, but I don't really watch them like that. But on Instagram, I do follow them a bit because I'm starting to, I kind of like you guys, the OCB a bit. You guys showed me some love, so I gotta show some support.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. So but it doesn't work like that in the IFBB. Even the top pros shared the backstage. And he also says, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
That's it right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's it right there. If we can get people in seats to purchase tickets, to make the shows even bigger, then not only do we get more recognition, but the prize amounts increase, the promoters get more money. It just continues to spread in a circle around.
yeah. You have like anybody that you kind of like inspired by, like whether it's OCB or IFBB or anything like that?
I would say a lot of the figure pros that I already follow, a lot of them are
Yeah,
moms, and a lot of you ladies are moms.
Yeah.
You ladies have careers. I am super inspired by that. I am not a mom. I have a fur child, but I do have a really, really intense, demanding job. And to be able to see all of us still be able to be consistent, get our meals in, be athletes, is super inspiring to me. So one in particular, no, really all of them that I follow.
yeah, that's cool. That's
true.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ever thought about like moving up, or you just want to stay the figure?
I'll probably stay at figure. Now that I know what I look like in an off season, I don't know that I would want to be any bigger in an off season.
Yeah.
Possible. And also when it comes to OCB physique, these physique girls in OCB are lean. The way my body is set up, it don't like to get lean.
Right.
So figure I think is where my body likes to be. Just naturally wide shoulders, naturally small waist, naturally bigger legs. Like it's just where my body wants to be. But leaning out is just not what my body wants to do. So for now, I'll stick to figure because I don't have to be as lean as physique.
Yeah. You seem like you could be either wellness or figure type.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you got that look, that pretty girl look and stuff. So
Oh.
Thank you.
So,
And I am not that girl. You see me in real life, I am not that girl. I am such a tomboy. It's not even funny.
Oh.
a little bit. You look like you have a. Are you familiar with Miss Jones a bit? The singer, the '90s singer.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know. Yeah, I know Miss Jones.
Yeah, a little bit. You look like her a little bit. So.
But let me see.
No.
Miss Jones.
Miss Jones. I have no idea who that is. I'm gonna have to look her up.
Look her up. No, I don't.
Yeah, she
No, I don't see.
She made a song. She made a song. You don't see it too much, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. But that just looking at her a little bit was just reminding me of Miss Jones at the time.
Oh, okay.
So, where you guys was at? Cancun or what's this?
Jamaica. We just came, for anniversary in December for Jamaica. Jamaica was amazing. I would love to go back.
What part of Jamaica did you go to?
We went to Negro.
Okay.
We went on a Sandals resort. Oh my goodness. Come back to the US and I was so just
The resorts
so ungrateful when I came back to the US. I did not want to come back at all.
Yeah, the resorts, they really spoil you in Jamaica. So my mom was from Jamaica, and I tell you, she said last time she's been there was 17 years ago. She said she'll never go back because the way the resorts, they spoil you. That's not the real Jamaica.
That's their job to do that. Yeah.
But the real Jamaica?
You go outside? Yeah.
So, yeah.
They busting off shots up in Jamaica, huh, Nicole?
Depends on where you go. Don't go to Kingston by yourself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I would stay
yeah.
close to where the airport is only.
Oh, stay in the resort. That's it. Stay close to the resort where all the tourists are. That's where it's safest.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm, mm. Like what's your workout like, you know, when you're training for a show? Like how long do you stay in the gym, and what's your workout you like to do?
I would say legs and my back are my favorite. Shoulders are not my favorite because they're stubborn and they are disrespectful. So,
Mm,
I would say my back and my legs. I actually stopped going to the gym. What you're looking at is actually in my garage.
Mhm.
Um, we
okay.
invested in a home gym because once I started actually training like a bodybuilder and I received my plan, going to the gym was so stressful. Making sure that my exercises were in order. For instance, starting a bilateral before you do um,
Mhm.
a, 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 or doing a unilateral movement before you do a bilateral movement, like making sure that you're activating before you start a movement, like those things are important. And having to switch around my workouts was just starting to get like really frustrating. And I'm not letting you jump in with me. So it just got so frustrating. And so little by little, we just continued to build equipment in the gym in our garage. And I absolutely love it. I don't have to go anywhere. I go right downstairs. Now, granted, it's not temperature controlled. So when it's 20 degrees outside, it's 20 degrees outside.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's so beneficial and so awesome to be able to have that. So I'm super grateful.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, you
Nice.
you guys built all that? Like that's wow.
Took my husband like a day and a half to put that rack together.
Yeah.
And then the rip fit, yeah, it took a minute. There was like 1,000 something pieces. And then that's a hack squat leg press combo from Rit Fit, which is really not that bad as far as price. It's really great for
Mm,
a home gym. And then just other pieces like a treadmill. Honestly, if you go on OfferUp, you can find a lot of people who are giving away their post-COVID equipment that they no longer use. A
yeah.
lot of the equipment in my home gym is probably used.
Mm, wow.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know that they got like personal trainers, like, in the gym also, where, because I was at the time I was thinking about taking my father to the gym, but I remember like there was this personal trainer you could sign in to do that. You
Mhm.
didn't really think about doing that, like like a personal trainer when you was in the gym.
No, because it's an extra cost.
Oh, okay,
And I also didn't want them to try to steer me away from the workouts I was already doing. I did think
right,
about them for maybe like form check, like just watch my form as I'm training. I did think about that,
right.
but also I don't want to be bothered. So I quickly was like, nah, let me just get in here and do what I'm supposed to do and get out.
Mm. So
And again,
you
it's an
have a
extra
coach.
cost. I do.
So
I
you
have an
have a
online
coach.
bodybuilding coach. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you said that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what they have you doing, like in terms of just like getting prepared to do a show.
A lot of posing and a lot of we check in twice a week. As we get closer to the show, we check in once a week. And of course, pictures, weight, and I do posing during my check-ins. And she makes sure that I'm moving well. I'm bad at recovery. Like I'm really bad at recovery. I don't sleep
Mm,
well and I'm always on the run. And so she really does a great job at being able to pick up on when I need rest, on when I need body work, and make sure that I go do that. Especially as we get closer to the show, my body is tired, it's not recovering, I don't have as much food. Um, then she makes sure that I'm essentially doing what I'm supposed to do.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got anything to ask Nicole or share?
Um, no, I'm good. It was
Okay.
a pleasure. Just I love me personally. I love talking to the athletes.
Yeah, that's why I got you over here.
Yeah, I love meeting, especially I love. All right, I've been to Olympia twice, and I watch bodybuilding shows on TV. Now you can stream them, so I watched the New York Pro Show and the New York the Pittsburgh Pro Show last year. But I really like connecting with the female athletes. That's I love the men. Don't get me wrong. I think the men are great. I love them too. But me, I'm there for the women mostly. So it's always a pleasure meeting another female athlete in bodybuilding.
Yeah, and you guys are OCB sisters and stuff, so
yes,
it makes sense to kind of include you. Yeah. So, like, how far do you see yourself competing, Mina?
Forever. People ask me this all the time. They're like, "Are you going to be competing with you?" Oh, yes. I'm gonna
to be fair, they do got old competitors. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's like a question that I ask because especially for like the enhanced people, but I don't really talk as much at them like that. But I noticed that it's not very easy to do competing and stuff. Like, it can be I don't know, I'm gonna use the word self-absorbing or something like that. Like, it drains your energy.
It's consuming.
If I can say that, consuming.
Yeah,
it does.
It really does.
As long as I love it, as long as I'm willing to do what it takes, as long as I'm able to sacrifice time and body fat, I'll do it forever. I know that metabolically things will change as I get older, and it'll be harder and harder to prep. And at that point, if I have to work so hard that I'm like killing myself, then probably time to hang it up. But until then, I'm with it. I love every single part of it.
How old are you?
I'm 30. Oh Lord, how old am I now? I'm 36.
You'll be fine. Okay. Yeah. So no, you'll be fine because like once you, as long as you stay, if you stay consistent and you keep building, like I trained for 3 years before I competed in my last show, and it's like I've been like I think for the last 5 years, almost 5 years, I've never really missed any training. So I think I'm constantly building, and I just turned 50. So when I tell you you're not gonna have a problem,
you said what?
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah. I just
had to get mine together. Wow. Yeah. You look insane.
Thank you. And you will not, I'm telling you, you stay consistent, you keep showing up, you will not have a problem when you get a little older. I promise you. You started young, you're 36, please. You're gonna be a problem when you get to that age. Like, okay. Mina Bina? Oh boy. I'm not competing against Mina Bina, am I? It's gonna be like that. So you're gonna be a problem. So just trust me. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. You're not gonna have any problems because you already set the foundation right now. You're doing it right now. You keep training, you keep showing up year after year after year. You're not gonna have prep is not gonna be hard. I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be. It's like you're gonna have a hard time. This is that myth. Once you get older, you can't build muscle. Like
right.
That's not true. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
So that's not true.
Let me find out, girl. You just changed my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you. Thank you both. Thank you. Thank you for having this platform because we ladies need it, especially us figure queens. Okay. Especially as natural figure queens. Okay. So thank you. And Miss Nicole, I will see you on Instagram. Thank you so much for your time as well.
Well, anytime. Right. Thank you. It was really, really nice to meet you. Thank you, Kay.
Right. No doubt.
I know George is listening. Thank you guys too, because like having this platform for us.
Yes.
Well, we try. I'm not informative as George. George, he able to talk and he knows a lot more bodybuilder than me. Me, I always kind of like lusting over the women bodybuilders and stuff. I've worked out and stuff like that. I was kind of follow suit with him. I was like, damn, how you get all these women bodybuilders? Like, yo, we gotta talk, man. But it's not as easy as I thought. It's like you just kind of like constantly kind of learning and and I'm gonna admit, I don't know how it took you guys to get there. I just see the package and that's it. But the stuff that I hearing and it's not easy. Like everybody can't do it, and then it's not a a profitable sport like a basketball or
Mhm.
NFL type thing, and so yeah. So I mean it. I mean even the men, just even seeing the men, because I seen like on this last show, I attended it. The men did the men do their thing too, and yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah. So I think already George, he says something about what he, if it don't, okay, you said that. Oh, okay, this is not all right. He said have a good night. Yeah.
All right.
Have a good night, George.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. So we don't want to take you. I don't want to take you hostage, but and Nicole. So yeah. So I mean, good luck to both of you. What's the next show you competing again? I'm sorry, the North Carolina. You
It
said.
should it should be in September in Virginia, the Apex Natural. I don't remember the date in September, but the Apex Natural, and then hopefully I'm able to compete at the Yorton Cup this year. We'll see.
All right. Well, Godspeed.
Rude, yeah. But if they live
Yeah.
stream, if they live stream the one in Virginia, I'll watch. I'll definitely
Yeah,
support.
yeah, me too.
Ah,
I'll check
love
it out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
when you got
check
a
it
show
out.
coming up, same thing, sis. Same thing. I'm more than happy
Yeah,
to watch.
yeah. You guys got to
Oh,
keep in
OCB
touch
Texas.
too. Yeah, follow each other on Instagram and
For
stuff. Yeah,
sure. For
Yes.
sure.
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna
Oh,
wrap
what
it
is
up,
meal
ladies.
time? Yep, it's
Uh,
meal time.
Oh.
all right. So I'm gonna wrap it up now. So thanks everybody. Yeah, and everybody check out the interview with her and All Ray George page. Yeah, this is Kaale signing out, and good night, and have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.